We were well over 6 figures in our business before I created a single piece of content. Like, I had an Instagram account, but I think we had about 800 followers or something. The reason that we got clients is because I got in front of my ideal clients enough times and had conversations with them. Content is just a way to scale conversations. So you can either go day to day out, like at a networking event. You can go to a networking event, no one knows you, you don't know them. You start a conversation, right? Hey, we're in the same place. Hey, I like your jumper, whatever you use to create that conversation. You build rapport, you learn about that person. And if you spot a problem or something that you think that's interesting, I could probably help with that, then you bring the conversation around to that, right? Or they might say, do you know anyone that can help with this or whatever? And then that's how that conversation evolves. And we'll talk more about this in a minute. But initially, no, you can literally go and start a conversation with anyone. You could walk out your front door right now and stop the first person on the street and say, hey, by the way, I really like that jacket, or excuse me, where did you get that jacket from? Or excuse me, do you know the directions to whatever? Like, you can start a conversation with anybody. And I almost guarantee that if you went out onto the street and your mission was to have 100 conversations with people every single day for the next 120 days, by the end of that 120 days, you could write a pretty good book on how to start conversations with anyone, because you're living that experience, you're learning from it. So the reason I'm telling you this is because what I don't want you all to do is start panicking about content. Like, it's great when you put a post out there and it gets loads of traction and someone says, hey, like, I love your work and do you want to have a conversation about working together, etc., etc. All that's doing is creating an opportunity for a conversation. It's making those conversations easier for you. But you don't need it in order to start one. So I'd always have a conversation first strategy, and then I would create content based on those conversations. I didn't create any content in my business. I say I didn't create any, like, I presented content to people at workshops and things, but I didn't have a social media presence until about 4 or 5 years into my business. We were well over 6 figures in our business before I created a single piece of content. Like, I had an Instagram account, but I think we had about 800 followers or something. The reason that we got clients is because I got in front of my ideal clients enough times and had conversations with them. It was as simple as that. Everywhere I went, my mission was, how many people can I speak to this week? How many of my ideal clients can I have a conversation with to get a better understanding of their challenges, to get a better understanding of their worldview, to get a better understanding of their values, their fears, their hopes, their desires. The more you know about your prospect, the better your content is going to be. The more you know about the kind of people you want to work with, the better your content's going to be, the easier it's going to be to connect with them. Because that's all it is. The people that we feel the most connected to often are just the people that we've shared the most experiences with and that we know the most about.